all about Australia for kids. Today, we are heading down under to learn all about the continent of Australia. Let's get started. Australia is one of Earth's 7 continents, and Australia is also a country. In fact, it is the only landmass that is both a continent and a country. Fun fact, Australia is also the largest island in the world. So, it is not only a continent and a country, it is an island too. Talk about a triple threat. Because it is an island, Australia is surrounded by water, the Pacific and Indian Oceans to be exact. The island countries that are nearest to Australia are New Zealand, East Timor, Indonesia, Solomon Islands, and Papua New Guinea. The first people to live on the continent were the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island peoples, who arrived from the Indonesian islands around 60,000 years before the arrival of British settlers in 1776. The Aborigines lived in different tribes and spoke around 250 languages. Today, they make up about 2% of Australia's total population. The Aborigines invented the spear and the boomerang. Cool! They live in an area of Australia called the Outback. We will explore more about the Outback in a little bit. Other colonists arrived in Australia during the mid-1800s when gold was discovered on the continent. Thousands of new settlers came and settled 6 colonies and became a part of the British Kingdom or Commonwealth, which is why most Australians today speak English. Have you heard the term down under before? Well, the term down under is often used to describe Australia's location because it is in the southern hemisphere, and when compared to North America and Europe, it is on the other side of the world. Plus, its seasons are the opposite of those living in the northern hemisphere, meaning that when it is summer in the United States, it is winter down under in Australia. Today, this island nation has a population of 25 million people and is divided up into 6 states and 2 territories. The capital of Australia is Canberra. The Australian government is called a Federal Parliamentary Constitutional Monarchy, and all people over the age of 18 can vote to elect people into office. That is just like voting in the United States. Remember when we mentioned the Outback? Let's go explore this amazing place. About 2/3 of the country is referred to as the Outback because the area is a desert landscape with only a little land suitable for farming. In fact, Australia is actually the driest inhabited continent on Earth. Because of this, most of the people in Australia live in coastal towns and cities in the southeast part of the country, which is a fertile plain. Even though the country is super dry, there are still major bodies of water besides the surrounding oceans that exist. The Coral Sea, Great Australian Bight, Timor Sea, Murray Rivers, and Darling River are just a few of them. Famous landforms include the Australian Alps, Mount Augustus, Tasmanian Island, and the Great Dividing Range, which is a stretch of mountains 2,300 miles long. That is farther than the distance between the state of Utah and the state of Georgia. The highest mountain on the Australian continent is Mount Kosciuszko, which is 7,310 feet above sea level. Fun fact, Australia is the biggest wool-producing country in the entire world. Australia also exports coal, gold, meat, wheat, and other products. Industries like mining, steel, food processing, and industrial equipment production are the most common. Like nearly all of the other continents in the world, each region of Australia is unique. Speaking of unique, Ever heard of these creatures? Tasmanian devil, wombat, wallaby, thorny dragon. Believe it or not, they are actual real-life animals. But the most famous animal in Australia? You guessed it, the kangaroo. The kangaroo's population ranges between 15 and 60 million, all depending on the season. Add in koala bears, 828 species of birds, including 55 different kinds of parrots, and you have a lot of interesting wildlife to see down under. Australia is also home to the Great Barrier Reef, which is the largest and most complex reef system on the planet. It is a very important part of the ecosystem and is home to 350 species of corals and over 1,500 species of fish. People from all over the world travel to the Great Barrier Reef each year. Another amazing natural attraction found in Australia is Uluru, a sacred natural formation rising 1,110 feet tall. It is the largest rock in the world. Do you recognize this building? It is called the Sydney Opera House and is one of the most iconic buildings on the continent. What amazing architecture! Looking for more impressive man-made structures? The Sydney Harbour Bridge is just the thing for you. Nicknamed the Coat Hanger, this bridge rises over 400 feet tall and spans 1,640 feet. Visitors can even climb up to the very top. Would you dare? Australia seems like a pretty cool place to visit, don't you think? Guess what time it is? It is review time! Fill in the blank. Australia is a continent, an island, and a blank. Country. True or false? Australia is home to the largest and most complex reef system in the world. True. The Great Barrier Reef is a vital part of the Earth's ecosystem. Which people arrived on Australia first? The Aborigines or the British? The Aborigines. 2/3 of the country is very dry and desert-like. What is that area usually called? The Outback. True or false? Australia is located in the Northern Hemisphere. False. Australia is located in the Southern Hemisphere. Great job, everyone! The continent of Australia may be the smallest of the 7. However, its long history, natural landscapes, and surrounding waters make it one of the most diverse destinations in the world.
Hope you had fun learning with us. Visit us at learnbright.org for thousands of free resources and turnkey solutions for teachers and homeschoolers.